Well, good morning, folks. Since we're having to stop in line here, we'll have a nice little chat with you. Welcome to one of the South Texas U.S. Border Protection Agency checkpoints. This is what people going north from the Rio Grande Valley get to go through each day, which means I normally get to 4 or 5 days a week. And chat with these nice gentlemen in green, answer their questions, open the door to talk to them. Morning.
All right by yourself, sir?
Oh yes.
Where you headed today, man?
Up to Bastrop. Have to go.
Thank you.
You all take care. Thanks. Sometimes when there's not a line of trucks behind me, I ask them when they get back to doing the job that they applied for, and some of them shrug their shoulders and grin. Other ones say maybe in a few years. Most of them I ask that, they appear to be just as disgusted as we are about how our border is wide open and how they are expected to act as nursemaids to people that were invited here through illegal means instead of getting things done to actually secure our border. I've seen them have to do high-speed chases, one of which ended up coming southbound down through this northbound checkpoint, and thankfully didn't get anybody here hurt. But after it passed through, they tried to cross back over to the southbound side again to go southbound and wind up totaling the vehicle trying to make a hard turn and hit a tree. That's one I reported on after I saw them go from the northbound shoulder across in front of traffic and swerve down to the southbound, caused a tractor trailer to almost collide with a couple cars and almost cause a big mess on the southbound side also. I've also seen at this area here, I forget if it was this checkpoint or the old one that was here before this one, there was a Chevy Tahoe with bales of hay pulled out of the back end of it, and they were escorting about a 12-year-old girl over to the building that had someone hidden underneath there. And I dare say that little old girl was not there by her own choice. I seriously doubt it. She did not look happy, and yet she didn't look overly concerned about being in custody of the agents there. There used to be shipping containers that I would see them have to unload, the 20 or 40 foot steel Connex boxes. Every so often they'd have to unload them into trucks and haul all the stuff up north to a location to destroy all the narcotics, because they catch so much just throughout this one region that they'd have to stock it up into Connex boxes. Some of it would come out of cars, some out of tractor trucks, some stashed in places on trailers. I've seen trailers with double floors in the bottom that they had parked to the side they found. I'd seen trailers that they had to cut into oversized pipe axles on them. I've seen livestock trailers that had an extra compartment added to the top of them with a load of hay crammed inside to try to hide the stuff. This very same area, I have seen right up in front of me a group of aliens jump down off the roof of a sleeper of a tractor truck where they were hiding underneath the fairing above it that pushes the wind up above the big dry van trailer. Before that, and a lot more since then, I've seen a lot of people with trucks that have the fairings extended above the sleeper go ahead and put some kind of mesh metal or chicken wire or something up there on top to keep them people from climbing up there while they're stopped at a rest area or truck stop or their drop location or wherever they go down in this area. Thankfully, my Peterbilt doesn't have any such thing on it, and normally my only stop is at a dock where I swap inside a building so I can check over everything, and if I'm alone there, as soon as I pull out, I secure that building by having to close the doors behind my tail. One time of which I was there, I had to alert the employee he may want to close the back door and keep a watch on everything closed, because over the radio I was having to announce to everybody that the either a local police officer or a sheriff deputy had pulled in to the parking lot, and so I asked him questions and answered his. He told me somebody had escaped the nearby prison down there at Edinburgh in oh shoot, I forget the name of the county, sorry. I'm in a different one up here. Hopefully this driver has the sense to stay in the left-hand lane a little bit longer till he gets some speed. Yay for him. Maybe he's an actual trucker instead of just a steering wheel holder. I may have to stop up the road to stop this here video or something or whatever. I was stopped is the only reason I bothered to get it going, because I can't take the chance of risking my occupation to make a living. The problem is I don't get a chance to let you all know what's going on around us. Apparently we're going to have to watch real closely how we file all our paperwork, how we for taxes and stuff, and how we handle all our personal accounts and whatnot, because not only the FBI, ATF, and the BLM, which was the original BLM, I'm talking about the Bureau of Land Management, are all fully armed and trained, even though they're not securing our border. Now also the IRS and the well, ATF already was, if I didn't mention that. We know a lot about the nonsense they pulled on people, but I'm referring to the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and the USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture. For some reason, they need hundreds of thousands of dollars of armaments. I don't know what they're having to protect against. You know, I do know that agencies have had to go to farms in Oklahoma that were bought out by individuals and companies that belong to the Chinese Communist Party, and had to do raids on those because they were growing marijuana in a state that it's not legal to grow and sell it. It wasn't hemp, which is legal there to use for paper and so forth. No, it was regular old cannabis marijuana. So, you know, when they are truly enforcing laws that need to be and trying to secure our citizens and look after us, well, that'd be a good reason to have a way to protect themselves and us. But there's a problem. Who else are they looking after? Have they been going to take care of people when that other BLM was setting fires? Or when them Antifers were doing it? Them people that are against fascism, even though they used fascist actions against other individuals and they incite terror? No. Not that we could see. Were the attorney generals or whatever of those areas taking action and keeping them people that were arrested behind bars? No, they were letting them out without bond. So what's going on here? That bypass sign you saw is for this commercial vehicle inspection station. I often get to get in here and get checked out real nice by these good old Texas state troopers, the Texas DPS license and weight officers. Most of them are good folks. I've come across one or two that are big old stinking turds, and a lot of other people have also, but thankfully I get to deal with good folks. Much in part because I don't treat them like a turd, even if they're acting like one. But I don't take guff off of them either. Especially if they run across in front of me in a plain maroon Crown Victoria and then pull me over trying to claim I ran through a non-existent stop sign. I make a big show of it without being a turd about it myself and try to make them look like the fool they are. It's quite entertaining instead of getting more agitated about the situation at hand.